Been with the children for so long in my career. These are some of the things that I have used. Did you know that the environment can speak to the kids without saying a word? Did you know that the children interact with the environment and they respond to the environment the way environment is? Tune in, because there is so much that the environment communicates to the child through the colors, arrangements of the furniture, through the way you have organized the toys and the equipments. It is sending different kind of messages to the children. And one of the things to check when the children are misbehaving, it is the environment, because they may be responding to that environment. So what are those coded messages the environment communicates to the children? Is it does foster creativity, exploration, and problem solving. For example, during cleanup, if one child put the toys where they're not supposed to be, you can see the other children saying, oh no, that is supposed to be there, let me show you where it goes, because they're responding to the way the environment is. It also tells the story fraction of the values you have on them. They feel important or less important depending on how the classroom is organized. It tells the value indeed that you have put in them. They may not use the word value, but I don't know whether you have ever noticed that a class that is disorganized or a class that is messy, children will mess it up more, because it's like, hey, this is what it is that we are supposed to be doing. So when a class is organized, it's very hard for that child honestly to go and dump the toys. And if they dump the toys, they'll go, oh, what did I do? Because it is out of order of how it was organized. The other coded language that the environment speaks to the children is it allows them to have the self-rule. You can self-direct, you can self-regulate. For example, if it is the writing center and you have put 3 chairs, the children already know that only 3 children can be there. It also helps or provoke the child to be proactive in self-expression, asking and or receiving the information that they need. And this, most of the time, it is in the class where everything is open so that the children can be able to interact with the toys wherever it is that they need to interact with those toys or the equipments. And then the next one, it gives non-result oriented open-ended play. It's so important that every class have the rules parts. I'm a fan of rules parts because it is non-defined toys and can be turned out to be anything. They can turn to be cognitive toy, it can be math, it can be science, it can be socio-emotional, it can be, diversity, it can be anything. There is no determination of what outcome come out or the assessment of it all, at least not to the child. You, of course, the teacher, you can see what the child is doing. If the child is counting, you'll see they are counting and you'll know where they are. And remember, this space, we are assuming it as a natural space. Natural meaning that the things in the classroom don't have to be expensive. In fact, children these days are more inclined to respond more appropriately to the natural things. For example, counting the sticks. Maybe, building with a Play-Doh or doing the mud kitchen outside. The other thing, the environment, when organized in a way that the children can respond to that positively, it tells them, I trust you. I trust that you can lead your own learning. I direct yourself, be able to choose, be able to call other friends to come and improve with you. And last, it does actually foster social learning. Remember, when, for example, you have put the table with 3 seats, you're telling the children 3 children, and therefore you're fostering the discussion so that at least they're not competing on who should speak when and how. They are able to play, they're able to establish their own rules. They're able to invite one another to the discussion. They're able to give, they're able to listen. At least they're able to give one another attention. I hope this helps. Comment below. Let me know what has worked in your classroom as far as the environment is concerned and how your children has responded to the environment. See you in the next video.